How's it going, everyone? As we are officially 1 week away from the release of Horizon Forbidden West, more and more information continues to drop. We got a brand new cinematic trailer. Preloads are live right now, and a couple of other things to note as well. Milestone being achieved, and a couple of other things. We'll get to that in a little bit. We have a sales number on SIFU. That game is doing very well, all things considered, so more on that at the end. But first of all, Horizon Forbidden West has gotten a brand new cinematic trailer. It's about a minute long, you know, it's just a cinematic trailer, doesn't really give you too much insight on the game itself, but it's still a cool promotional piece. Music in the game is fantastic, in the trailer I should say, but it is very reminiscent of Zero Dawn as well. A lot of different scenery being showcased as well, and some of the dialogue definitely a callback to some of the story points in Zero Dawn. Incredibly excited for the game. It seems like they're doing a good job building the excitement as we are getting closer to February 18th. And remember that reviews are going to go live on February the 14th. That is this coming Monday. And the reviews will be posted at 12:01 a.m. Pacific time, so that's going to be 3:01 a.m. Eastern. So when you guys, if you're in the States, when you wake up on Monday, chances are the reviews are all going to be live, and you'll have an idea of how the critics are receiving the game. So that is something you can be looking forward to on Monday morning. Ultimately, everybody's going to be making their own opinion of the game come Friday, February the 18th. Alright, moving on from that, Horizon Forbidden West. If you are buying the game on PSN, preloads have just begun, so you can start preloading the game and have the game ready to go by midnight, February 18th. I always recommend preloading the game. You don't know what's going to happen. If servers are going to get hammered, if I don't know, if your internet starts dying or whatever, but yeah. Start the preload, get the game ready, make sure you can connect on midnight of February 18th, and then you'll be good to go, and Horizon Forbidden West will be ready to play. You can preload the game. Remember to preload the PlayStation 5 version if you are playing on PlayStation 5, so that's something that is going to be important. But yeah, the game should be a pretty significant install, so definitely get a jump on the preload if you are buying the game digitally. I know a lot of you guys are buying the game physically. Maybe you're getting one of the special editions, whatever the case may be. Another one where that's a bummer with the special editions because you're getting a digital code, and then you're going to have to get the special edition, and then you're going to have to start the download. You won't even be able to preload it. At least I don't think they're emailing you the code or anything like that, so that's another bummer with how they're doing the special editions. Again, I've talked a lot about that, so I digress. You guys get the idea. It should also be noted, PlayStation on their official Twitter account noted, "Congratulations to Guerrilla on achieving these Horizon Zero Dawn milestones. 20+ million copies sold and 1+ billion hours played." 20+ million is a ridiculous number. Like, that is an incredibly successful game, and it's kind of wild how, like, for a little bit, you know, this was probably 6-7 years ago, there was that rhetoric going around that single-player games were on their way out and the future is going to be multiplayer games, and that's where all the money is. And you could definitely make an argument, hey, Fortnite is the biggest revenue generator in gaming today, but there's still a place for big-budget single-player experiences, and you see that with games like Horizon Zero Dawn, God of War, Spider-Man. But Horizon Zero Dawn was a brand new IP. It's very hard for a brand new IP to resonate at this level, so the fact that it sold 20+ million copies, that's pretty incredible. Now, Horizon Zero Dawn I also thought was like a perfect storm. It was a new IP with a captivating premise, and I thought the marketing material for Horizon Zero Dawn going into that game's release was so well done, and it was one of the first major new IPs on the PlayStation 4. One of the earlier exclusives in that game was being promoted heavily leading into its release, and Guerrilla was already kind of well known as a studio, to say the least, so yeah, nice to see 20+ million copies sold. And do also remember, they did just drop the game on Steam and PC, so I imagine a couple million copies were sold on PC. And that number will continue to grow as the game gets discounted on PC, because if you're going to try to buy it on PC, even on sale, you're still paying like $25. At some point, there will be parity with the fact that, you know, on PlayStation, you can get the game for like $10. At some point, on PC, I imagine it would be like $10 as well. That's not the case right now, but ultimately, you think that would be the case maybe in a year or two, and I expect that 20 million number to grow. Obviously, it's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna hit 30, 35 million, but I do think it can get up to 22, 23, 24 million. I think that is still very much achievable, especially as the franchise keeps growing and expanding. It'll be interesting to see how well Horizon Forbidden West sells, being available on the PS4 and the PS5. If history is anything to go by. It should sell more on the PS5 than it does on the PS4, but you do have the pricing discrepancy here as well, so I don't know how that's going to shake out. But remember, Miles Morales actually sold more on the PS5 than it did on the PS4, so that is something interesting. And if that is a, if passes Prologue with that, Horizon Forbidden West should sell more on the PS5 versus the PS4, but I would imagine very, very successful numbers for this game as well from a sales standpoint. Could outpace Horizon Zero Dawn, just given the fact that you have so many more consoles out there that the game is going to be playable on. But it should be noted, it's not going to hit 20 million in, like a week or anything like that. Let's get a couple million in the first week, and then the game will escalate in sales as time goes on. Also, another interesting note, Aloy gets her own Twitter emoji ahead of the release of Horizon Forbidden West. If you hashtag Horizon Forbidden West, there is a little Aloy emoji that comes up now. Just thought it was a cool little thing. A lot of companies do this when they're promoting an event, a platform, whatever the case may be. And Sony's going out and doing it with Horizon Forbidden West as well. Last note on Horizon Forbidden West, I should note that the Regalla edition is coming in and out of stock at Best Buy and GameStop, and I want to bring this up to you guys because if you're interested in getting it, it might be tempting. You're super excited for the game, you don't care about the fact that it's a digital code for the game. You might go on eBay and pay the price gouged, $350, $400, whatever the case may be. It might be interesting to see how the stock for the Regalla edition works out after the release of the game itself, because I offer you guys this. The fact is, there's been a lot of special editions recently that go out of stock online ahead of release, and then subsequently, they're like pretty readily available online after that to order. I give you Metroid Dread as an example. SMT5 was readily available. It's still readily available, even though it went out of stock very quickly in terms of pre-orders, so I don't know if that's going to be the same with the Regalla edition. That really hasn't been the case in my recollection when it comes to first-party Sony titles, but it is coming in and out of stock. I would recommend to follow Wario64 on Twitter, and he's been posting it whenever it does go back in stock. So, yeah, if you are interested in picking up the Regalla edition, MSRP is $259.99. That is something to check out. Lastly, outside of the Horizon talk, I do want to note that Slow Clap SIFU is doing incredibly well from a sales standpoint. All things considered, it's not lapping millions and millions of copies, but it has just hit 500,000 sales, so that is an incredibly successful number for a downloadable title like this. $40. It didn't have, like, the biggest budget in the world. It's not like this had the budget of a Horizon or, some of the other bigger games. But 500,000 copies sold for this quickly. I mean, the game dropped on February the 8th, just 3 days after its official release. Obviously, the deluxe edition was playable from February the 6th, but 500K is very successful, and the game is only available on the Epic Games Store on PC, so they got a check from Epic Games, so that's going to fund the game as well. And then you're also talking about probably in a year, the game will be released on Steam. You're talking about more sales from that standpoint as well. So SIFU doing incredibly well from a sales standpoint, all things considered. I've been hearing very positive things about the game. Haven't jumped into it myself yet. I'm almost done with Dying Light 2. Probably like 75-80% of the way through that game. After I beat that, SIFU is probably going to be a game that I jump into very, very shortly. Gotta get into SIFU before Horizon comes out, and then it's just absolute chaos for the next couple of months in terms of game releases. Like, March is loaded as well, so yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff to play, but exciting times ahead, and good on SIFU for selling 500,000 copies. But that's going to do it for me. Again, a lot of new Horizon Forbidden West information, new cinematic trailer, preloads live right now, 20 million copies sold on Horizon Zero Dawn. That is incredible. Aloy getting her own Twitter emoji, and the Regalla edition again coming in and out of stock over at Best Buy, and I believe GameStop as well as getting it in and out of stock. And then also should note, SIFU, 500K, very successful number on that. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.